It's Starter for 10.
Good morning and welcome to the Starter for 10 at Bookham Baptist Church this morning in Bookham. We've got enthusiasm in the house this morning. That's wonderful. So I'm Laura. I'm one of the members here, and I've got Steve with me.
Good morning.
And I've got Rob with me.
Good morning.
Fantastic. So we are going to get cracking into our question for today, which Steve has got prepped for us this morning.
Okay, it's a good one. When you daydream, do you go to the past, to the present, or to some other place?
I love this question. This is right up my street. I loved it when Steve shared it. Do you want to share your answer first, or shall I?
Sure, yeah. So I tend to think forward and ponder forward. So typically I'll be thinking about something that's coming up. Maybe something I'm a little bit worried or anxious about, and I start to play scenarios and almost prepare little scripts of what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, and then I imagine what you might say, and I think, well, what would I say to that? And so I can get quite lost in a bit of forward planning. But I can sometimes drift back, and sometimes I'll find myself just remembering stuff from my past, from my childhood even. It's quite funny how sometimes those things can suddenly pop up for you, and usually when that happens, that's important. What about yourself?
So for me, I can get caught a little bit in going back and can get on a little bit of a self-critical loop, but for the vast majority, I love looking forward. I love imagining the what-ifs and seeing the possibilities. And what if we do this? And what if we do that? And then we could do that. So that's probably my favourite place to go. I do sometimes end up catastrophizing. Right. Say jobs or money or a trigger point for me, and so I can go down that, well, what if that happens, and what if that happens, and what if that happens, and what if that happens. But my favourite place, as I said, is to go down the joy of the what ifs and the possibilities. Rob, would you share with us what your answer would be?
Yes, so similarly, I'm a look forward person, and that's both a great strength as well as a great weakness of mine. I'm often thinking a year ahead, 3 years ahead, 5 years ahead, and putting things together to make a plan to see what that would look like. But also at the same time, I don't look back and reflect enough on the past, and things sort of do tend to wash over me quite quickly, and I've moved on, and I know that can be a weakness, because often people do want to stay with stuff a bit longer. They want to think it through, consider what's happened, take the learning from that as well. So yeah, both a great strength as well as a bit of a weakness.
Amazing. And you're our online host today.
I am, yes. So we'd love for you to get engaged, tell us where you're at with that question about where you go when you daydream, that past, present, or future. We'd love to hear some stories from you, and make us laugh and make us think as well.
Fantastic, amazing. And we're shortly about to go into our Song of the Week, which Steve is going to tell us about.
Right, so the song that I've chosen for this week is called Waymaker. And it's a song about God as the one who makes the way for us. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you, I worship you. And you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you, I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 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 Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
Welcome back. A bit of a transition. I love that song. There's so much truth in it, and I think for me, it reminds me of who God is, and it draws me forward, and it always inspires me, and I think, yes, that is who I want to follow. So I hope that was inspirational for you as well. So Rob, have we had some comments?
Yeah, just a couple, and do talk to me online. It's always good to have people who are chatting, telling me their stories and memories from the past or dreams from the future as well. I'd love to hear about those. So Phil was telling me about how dreams about the past and the future. A big daydreamer, it seems, and the future tends to involve dreaming about having superpowers. And I asked Phil what that would be, and it apparently involves lots of flying. So I don't know where he particularly wants to fly to, grow his own wings or something like that. But and Adrian shared about daydreaming as he walks and praying, and as he does that, and also walking around his old route to school and daydreaming about memories from school time. And Adrian was saying that he's still in touch with a school friend after 42 years. Yeah, it's great, isn't it, that we can have friendships from that long and daydream together about the old days.
Oh, I love memories. Amazing. Thank you, Rob, and thank you to everyone that has been commenting. So, Stevie's going to tell us a little bit about the preach this morning.
Okay, so this is the high five. 5 minutes to give you an idea of what will be coming later in the message for this morning. So actually, this week it's a little bit ambitious because my kind of a canvas for the sermon is the past, the present, and the future, which is kind of called all-embracing, really. Past, present, and future. I wonder what your relationship is with the past, the present, and the future. And how do you live with those three realms, if you like? Sometimes it's possible for us to live not so well, not so healthily with the past and the future. Sometimes the present can get starved of energy because we're casting forward or we're kind of stuck back there somewhere. So, you get that in the expression that this person's lost in the past or stuck in the past. Equally, the future can be a little bit of a snare, perhaps. I'm remembering how when we used to go on journeys, long journeys with our children in the car, that classic question, which is,
are we there yet?
Are we there yet? Or are we nearly there yet? Or something similar to that. And it's quite an interesting phrase, isn't it? Because it's saying, actually, I'm impatient with the journey.
Yeah.
That what's happening now, we need to be there. I need to be there. And actually, that kind of fun question that happens on family journeys can actually point to something that quite a lot of us do. Sometimes we can wish away the time because we'd like to be somewhere else, perhaps in a better place, in a better situation. So there are ways of living in the past and the future that can rob the present of its energy. I'm going to think today a little bit about what is a healthy way to live past, present, and future. In fact, we can only really live in the present, quite literally. This is the only time we actually have, the only time we can be and do things in. But there's, interestingly, in the Bible, repeatedly, a healthy pattern is held out for us. Just to give you a little glimpse of that, one of the passages from this morning is Psalm 126. It's one of the songs of Israel. And it's a very clear pattern that's shared there, where the people of God remember what God has done for them in the past and say, you restored our fortunes. And as they say that, they begin to relive it, and relive the emotion. They say, and our hearts were filled with joy, and our mouths were filled with laughter. And there's this lovely sense in which, as the people of God remember what God has done for them, the present is filled with joy and with confidence for the future. And then the psalm goes on to be a prayer for the future. Lord, restore us again. Restore our fortunes again. And the confidence to make that prayer for the future has come because they remembered. You see how there's this kind of healthy balance of past remembering and future anticipation. But the present is where we catch or we capture that confidence, that joy, that energy to trust God for the way forward. And that brings us back to God the Waymaker, because the idea of God as a Waymaker implies the past, the present, and the future, doesn't it? So you are here, standing in our midst. You are here. But who's here? The one who's here is the one who was back then, helping us, setting us free, leading us, and he will be the one who'll lead us into the future. So that's what we're about this morning. It's a rich theme, a broad kind of canvas, but looking at how we do past, present, and future in a way that brings fruit in our lives and for others.
I can't wait for this preach. This is right up my street.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
It sounded quite good to me. As I
It's
was saying
sounding
that, I thought,
fantastic.
this is going to be good.
This is one that I really urge you to listen to, and we'll give you some tips later for how to either join us live or catch up later. But it's over to Rob now to see if we've had any more responses online.
Nothing more online. No, a bit quiet. It's the Easter holidays, though, so perhaps people are just taking a little bit of a break. But yeah, I mean, picking up on that theme of remembering, and that's such a prevalent theme right through the Bible, and God calls us back to remembering what He has done, and that does a good work in us when we remember, and it produced a fruit in the people of God, and it produces a fruit in us. And I was thinking about our three things, our three F's for the year, and friendship being one of those, and how friends can prompt us sometimes to remember the past. And God is our friend, and sometimes prompts us to remember the past as a way of helping us to have a confidence in the future and a joy in the present.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's just yes. Amazing. So we would love to invite you to join us in person if you can make it on this beautiful sunny day. The light is streaming in here at Bookham Baptist. You can watch us live on YouTube. You can watch us on the replay. We're going to be broadcasting our sermon at around 10:45 today because we're also including communion. So if you're used to it being at 11, it might be a little bit earlier for you. And then Rob and Steve are just going to give us a little bit of information about our Easter services, which is great because I hear we've got some baptisms happening. Maybe, Rob, you could give us a bit of a...
Okay. Yeah, so we've got Easter Sunday coming up, and we'll be here on Easter Sunday. We've got bacon butties at 8:30, I think it is, on Easter Sunday morning, and followed by a communion service. And then at 10:30, we'll be gathering here for a time of all-age worship, which includes baptisms, 3 people being baptized. There'll be activities in the service for the children as well, so there'll be stuff for them to do. So don't be afraid to bring the children along. We love kids running around and making a noise and enjoying themselves in the life of the church. There'll be things for them to do, but a way for, if you've never been to church, coming to church on Easter Sunday and experiencing a baptism is a great time to do that. You will learn so much. It will be an occasion full of joy, and we hope that you'll feel really welcome amongst us as well.
Oh, fantastic.
It might be worth mentioning that in the run-up to Easter Sunday, there's lots of other services, opportunities to get on that journey, following Jesus to the cross and to that kind of amazing, his resurrection on Easter Sunday. So there's Maundy Thursday, that's in Nick's church. There's a service there on Good Friday. There are services also at St. Nicholas Church, which we're all joining in together. So you can find all the details on our website, but do come and join in with as much as you can.
Oh, so much juice. Fruity. Amazing. So thank you so much for joining us on the start of 10 or watching us a bit later. We hope that wherever you are having a wonderful day. Thank you.